All right, welcome back. Week 14, Dirty 30 pod. We were out last week with the holidays. Nice to be back with the boys. How we doing?
Good. Feels like it has been a minute, hasn't it?
It's been a minute, man. It has been.
Yep, doing well, doing well.
Christian, how's it feel to be in playoffs and guaranteed a bye, correct? Or maybe not.
Not guaranteed.
Not yet.
If I lose, Marcus wins. Marcus would have to outscore me by like 56 points. But
Okay, okay.
so, I mean, crazier shit's happened, but
Pretty,
I feel pretty good
pretty,
about it.
pretty.
I think my team's been pretty steady all year. The one thing I'm disappointed about, I look back to week one and I believe I would have won week one if I would have put, I'm sorry, I think it was like week four maybe against Tanner. I benched like Jaden Reed or some shit or
Oh,
Goff. Yeah,
and he went
and
off.
I
And
would
he
have
went
won.
off. Yeah,
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 yeah. I started Roma Dunze and I would have won if I started Jaden Reed. So now I'm
sure.
thinking like
Dinner.
now I'm just like, why did I ever do that? But that's
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like that Jordan Love shit was going on though. Like he was either like
Yeah,
hurt or like wasn't playing or it was a Malik Willis game or that was kind of happening early on in the year. So I
yeah.
get it. I get it. Yeah, man, we got kind of a traditional show. We'll do our studs and duds. We'll talk some waivers. We'll talk some trades. Then we'll kind of pull up and talk about like matchup scenarios, right? Like who's in for playoffs, who's still fighting, and who's summoned to the toilet bowl so far. So um last week, studs and duds, I went off my opponent this week, who is Marcus. Bijan had a great game, man. 22 and a half, like just kind of like a secretly like really good game. Scored a touchdown. That Falcons team like didn't do shit outside of that, right? Like just an ugly game from Kirk Cousins and like an ugly game all around from Atlanta, but Bijan was the man, dude. Um, yeah, then the dud of the week, I picked from his opponent. Cooper Cup just had kind of a quiet week. 3.2 points. I caught a couple balls, didn't really do much with them. Rams were kind of weird, right? Just kind of like didn't do shit in the first half and kind of did all their stuff in the second half. And even that, like,
Goofy.
what wasn't a lot, right? Just kind of like short fields and didn't do a whole lot with it. But yeah, just kind of off week for Cooper Cup standards. So
Mhm.
yeah, man. Debbie, who do you got for studs and duds?
Yeah, I'll give Derek his flowers. Yet another week of getting my ass pounded.
I looked at your points against today. Like, holy shit, buddy. Like
Yeah, but have you seen the last
it's
4 weeks?
it's a lot. I
5 weeks,
think
maybe
I think
130 plus
I
each
think you
week.
have 200 more than like the next guy.
Yeah.
Like
So it's just
150 more than the next guy. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like that's a lot.
sometimes you just can't win.
No.
So
No.
yeah, I'll go from Derek's 160 point squad. Uh, let's talk Bucky. 26 points. Dude was rock solid. So much
He's
fun to watch.
he's fun, man.
He's the man.
He's
So
fun. I gotta look up what keeper he would be next year because I think
I don't know why 9, but I feel like it should be later.
I'll pull it up real quick. You keep talking.
Okay. So yeah, Bucky 26 points. Um, and then Dud, a couple guys. I'll pick on Tyler since I'm playing him this week. Uh, Hubbard with only 2.3 points. I don't
Yeah,
think he got hurt, right? Or I
late,
guess I don't know.
late fumble. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
kind of
kind of
goes on.
not a game you want from him. So
Yeah, Bucky Irving, round 11 keeper
he's
next year.
11. Okay,
Not
That's
bad.
that's a good keeper. Probably
not
should have
bad.
been brought
Not
up
mad
in the
about that.
probably should have been brought up in the last show we did. He's a
Not
good.
bad at all.
That's a good keeper. Cool, man. Christian, stud and dud of last week.
Yeah, so my start of the week is actually from your team. The dude just continues to fucking do it every single week. And Brock Bowers just will not stop. Like
Oh man, he had a
he's a
great week.
fucking
Monster.
he's a fucking machine. And we talked about him in the keeper episode.
Hmm.
At this point, like even if they bring in a receiver in free agency or the draft, he's already the best receiver and our best tight end in football. Like he
Yeah.
just is. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you could maybe make a case for one or two different guys, but like realistically, like if you're gonna take one tight end, let's say for the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever, like the rest of their career, one season even, I think I would take Bowers. So
Yeah.
he's a he's a boss.
I think I had him too low on my keeper list. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he's a good keeper, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fun to own.
Yeah, and my dud, honestly, and it wasn't I mean it's not really Eric's fault because of like the weather, it was a little bit of injury, but obviously McCaffrey going down sucked for him, but Kittle getting 1 point, like when they were down the whole game, like
Brutal.
I get the weather sucks, but like Kittle was Kittle's tight end 2 right now.
Yeah,
Like even with that shitty game. So like he's been putting up monster points. Like
he's been
he
automatic.
yeah, I mean since week 1, every single week that he has played has been double digits.
Hmm.
I mean with a 20-pointer sprinkled in there. Like
Yeah,
so 1 point from him, I know that had to hurt when Eric was, trying to get that, Sunday night miracle kind of thing.
yeah. I mean, Purdy, man, he looked hurt. Like he just
Yeah.
like Josh Allen throwing the ball compared to Purdy throwing the ball was like,
Mhm.
holy cow! Like one guy has a cannon, and Purdy he certainly does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird man. Um, Trade deadline went and gone. We ended with 23 trades this year. Not bad.
What
Not
was
bad.
last year in the 30s?
I think we were right at 30 last year.
Okay.
Right. So there was definitely that quiet stretch of the year, and there always is, right? But 23
Yeah.
trades is it's a lot, right?
I liked moving
It's
I
still a
liked
lot.
moving the
It's a
deadline
lot.
up though. Like I think
Mhm.
moving the deadline up was a huge
Yep.
like I mean, it helps that so many teams are still in it right now,
Yeah.
but like at the, still there were a lot of I'm sure there were a lot of offers thrown around out
Mhm.
there, but
Oh yeah.
like at
Oh
the
yeah.
end of the day, there were only like 3 or 4 big trades this year.
Yeah. I mean, the only team there was one team that was eliminated, right? Like when the trade deadline came up.
Right.
Dev's team was eliminated. All other 9 teams were like prepared, right? And like ready to rock and roll. So
Yeah.
and Dev, like to his benefit, like he already made his trade, right? Like he's got
Yeah.
great players going into next year. So like the trade deadline was quiet.
Be
Uh
fucking better if he got rid of Bijan and Amon Ra.
he
Amon Ra
made
hasn't been that good.
he made
He has that one game. But
That's fair.
he's made his trades. We had a couple at the deadline. Neither of them really for keepers. We had a Mahomes for Javante and Purdy trade that happened. I needed a quarterback. Mahomes had a great week that week, so I'm happy with that trade. I'm sure Marcus is fine with Javante and Purdy. The other trade that happened was ETN for Jordan Mason, and that one ended up
it's pretty even, right?
pretty unfortunate for old Eric. Unfortunately, we'll kind of talk about that coming into waivers, right? But Jordan Mason on the IR, uh, ETN kind of a whatever this year, man. Like just like I don't know,
Real
unplayable,
bad.
unplayable.
Bad.
So two trades. I don't have a whole
Ridiculous.
lot to say about either of them. I don't know if you guys do want to add anything or not, but
Nah.
yeah. Let's get into waivers with the big dog. McCaffrey's out for at least 4 weeks. Jordan Mason's out for at least 4 weeks. Isaac Guerrero goes for $55. Christian, or sorry, Devi, 0 out of 10 farts. Where you put this one?
Yeah, I mean it's better than Carson Steele. So, you I think if Craig wouldn't have spent his money on that, he could have maybe thrown down, had some extra
Oh,
pennies, and could have thrown down for this guy. I don't know. They don't really have many other options, so uh, I like it. Everything I've seen is just like drop all your fab on this guy, just go for gold. We're in the playoffs almost, and so 2 farts. I don't know. I like it. I'm not complaining about it.
Nope.
Go for gold and hope for the best.
I think if I had more money, I would have spent more money, right? So yeah, I think it's definitely yeah,
I've seen people talking
go
about
all in.
how he's like a top 10 running back now and all that stuff. I don't believe any of that hot
Me
garbage, but
neither. Me neither. But
he could get you the
I,
points that you want or need.
I would say if anything, like I would have wanted him just to have him on my bench so nobody else has him. Like
100%.
Bingo. Right?
100%.
Exactly.
I'm totally fine spending all that money and not even fucking playing him as
Yep.
long as no one, because I don't want to lose in the playoffs to this fucking Garendo or whatever the fuck his name is,
Right.
because he can sit on my bench and I'll eat feeling bad if he goes off against me or off on my bench, but I can't handle going off against me.
Yep.
Yep. That's a
Make,
good way to look at it. Yep.
makes
I
perfect
agree.
sense, buddy. Perfect sense. I agree. 2 farts. Yeah, and just kind of see how it plays out, right? I like it. I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna kind of talk about what we got here. You guys seeing that?
Sure
Oh,
am.
that's beautiful.
Perfect. 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 All right, let's
I
get
don't
you
even want to look
big.
at it.
We'll talk standings first. Still 9 teams alive. Yeah, we got 4 teams that are kind of like in it already, right? Craig leads the pack, Christian second, Rick, Marcus, and then Tyler are all like in playoffs of some sort already. Right, then the 5 and 6 play each other, right? It's interesting. Eric and Kyle both play each other, right?
So that's a win and in.
It's a win and in, right?
Yep.
If whoever wins that matchup is in, more than likely gets the 5 seed, right? Kind of gets to go against Tyler. Well, maybe Tyler can move
I don't know if you've looked at their
move that a little
matchup too. Like their matchup is like fucking neck and neck.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's gonna be a
mean,
fun one.
Yeah, yeah. Let's kind of dive into matchups here in a little bit. I'm with you. I'm interested. Derek is also kind of winning in, right? If I have done my matchup right there, right? If he, I mean, one of
yes.
these guys lose, right, and Derek wins, right? Like he is also in, right? So he kind of holds his own fate as well.
Yep. Yep.
I need a little help, right? I need a loss to Derek, and then myself wins, and I'm in based on points. Which I don't know why it isn't showing us points here. Oh, down below it shows us points. I got a couple more points than kind of all the guys ahead of me, right? So that would help. I need my buddy Christian to beat Derek, and I need to beat Marcus, and Tanner needs a little bit of help. He
Anything can
needs a few
happen,
losses.
but anything can happen. And like going against Derek, like obviously he put up that monster week last week, and we were talking about Derek's team before the show started. Like his team's fucking pretty damn good.
He is the
Like
most improved team throughout the year, right?
by a mile.
The
And like
trade, the trades he made, like Bucky Irving becoming who he is, right?
just
Like,
just
yeah,
super unfortunate that his two of his best players are out this week.
yes, yeah. Jaden Daniels, McLaurin being on bye, the
Yeah.
whole this week being a like major bye week thing is stupid in my
It
opinion. But
sucks. Yeah. I
it
wish.
sucks, man. It
Yep.
sucks, 100%. Here's the big one though, right? Win and get in. This is one we kind of talked about here.
Hmm. Yeah, I
It,
mean, Eric's in such a tough spot with that running back slot
a
in
lot
his bench.
lot of buys, man. Like just look at the bench right now. So many buys, so many people
Brutal.
injured. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta you. I don't even. What would you do if you were Eric? Would you just put? Would you put Vidal in or Charbonnet in there, or would you try like a home run off the wire?
No.
Home
I
run.
I don't even know
I don't even know who you'd pick though. Like,
who's the pickup here.
I mean, at Singletary,
Hmm.
I don't know, man. You can hope for no, you can't even hope that. Fuck. I don't even know.
I don't know either, right? I think it's probably Charbonnet, right? Just kind of just throw
Ugh.
him in and hope he gets a little
Yeah.
goal line action or something.
Right.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
yeah, that's a tough one, man. Three really big games this week, right? It's Kyle and Eric, it's myself and Marcus. which we can kind of look at a little bit here, and then it's Christian's matchup with Derek as well.
I am curious real quick on that Eric Rohde matchup. I'm curious who Rohde's going to drop.
I saw that as well. Yeah, he's got
a decision to make.
He does.
You're not going to drop Chubb. You're not going to drop Hopkins. You're not going to probably not going to drop Bo Nix with Baker banged up. You're probably not going to drop Warren with him lately or Worthy. So do you drop ETN? But he's a starting running back. Like if he drops ETN, like he could be the next big pickup. Like regardless of him shitting bet all year.
I saw it. I'm kind of
That would
thinking
be
he's
funny.
he's probably waiting until Sunday and throwing someone and hoping he can get him back here on Tuesday the following week. So
right.
Yeah,
Wow.
for sure, man. Right now, this is mine and Marcus's look at. Marcus has a great team, right? My team's been hot as of late. Yeah, just a couple big Thursday night matchup with Jacobs and Amon Ra, right? Just like
I was just looking at that. No Monday
no
business.
Monday, Sunday night with Lad, but I don't even know if he's gonna play. We'll see. I might have to
Lad is like
there.
Lad's like the new, and I'm not saying this because he's like a fucking white boy. You could say he's the next like Julio Jones as far as like being questionable every single week of his career.
Sure.
He will be
Yeah,
questionable every single week of his career.
And
the good old days.
He probably plays, right? But it's just like,
Yeah.
gosh, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. But yeah, good football there. And then let's look at Christians here a little bit too, because this will be another big matchup. Christian playing for the one, and then Derek like win and get in, right? Daniels is out, but he had to pick up here. He picked up Darnold, right?
It's so hard for me because I will go either Tua and Waddle or I will go Goff and Jameson. Like that's always gonna be kind of my recipe. Whichever quarterback
tough.
I pick.
It is tough.
Yeah, I mean, they're both at home. Goff's not really on a short week, and neither is Green Bay because they played on Thanksgiving. So like,
yeah.
But I just think
So-
Goff at home,
He's
he's
been
just
awesome.
very solid. Like,
And like they're both awesome. The Jets are dog shit, right? Like the over under for Detroit and Green Bay, I think it's like 58.5. I think I heard, right? Like
That's huge.
the highest of the week, so it's hard.
right now it's 51.5, but it is the highest of the week by a couple points.
Oh, maybe I heard it wrong. 51.5. Still though, lots of points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good football to be played. I'm excited. Next week
It's gonna be a fun week.
Next week we get to find out who the final six are. So last one we want to take a look at and kind of see how ESPN did, how their rankings were, right? And kind of take a look at like
and real quick, Matt, can you remind everybody what the punishment bowl is? Like not what the punishments are, but how the like final four like loser bracket works.
Yep. So
yeah, I need to remember that.
Sure. So it's a final four. Loser of the initial round, right, kind of falls down into this last one, and then they play a 2-week loser takes all.
Will it be 7 versus 10 and 8 versus 9?
Yes. Yep. Which, if I remember right, we have to kind of change manually, and we will, and then the points off of the first, kind of gets carried over and stuff. So, yeah, good call. That's always worth a reminder here. Yeah, ESPN. It's kind of like here is where they initially had us on draft day, right? So Derek was 10th out of 10, and right now he's 7 out of 10. Mine didn't change a whole lot, right? We saw big changes with Christian. Christian, they really did not like your team.
I don't know why, but whatever.
Really didn't like the squad. Debbie loved your squad. Was a 4 out of 10, and then I mean big changes with like Craig, Marcus had a big change, and then Tanner really liked Tanner's squad too, and kind of fell down to 9 there. So ESPN,
Ridiculous.
yeah, usually doesn't get it right. We're kind of figuring that out here. So yeah, interesting. Anything stand out with you guys?
I'd be curious to look at Tyler's team again because I want to see why they had him ranked number one.
From
You
the
know,
beginning? Should we pull it up?
well, I'm gonna pull his team up quick, and I try to remember if there were any trades. But well, he obviously made the so
He
he
started
had
with,
Jefferson.
yep, and he had Bijan.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Yeah, just go up to the scoreboard and go to
let's
week
try this.
one.
Yeah, let's see.
oh, sure.
Let's see what
And
the
week
squad look like
We
here.
week
can see
one,
what.
gotcha. I remember he had because he had two first round picks. He had
Correct.
like pick like 2 and 5 or some shit.
And yeah, Nico as a keeper. Like I'm sure his team
Yeah,
was.
fuck.
I'm sure his team was pretty freaking sweet.
And Lamar, motherfucker.
Lamar. Okay. Most
Bijan, Ingram, Olave.
deep
Yeah.
team. Deep team.
Not
That
bad.
is a
Yeah,
and Brian
nice
Robinson
squad.
Jr. has been good.
Oh, he's
Like
been
with
awesome, man.
he's been
Yep.
good.
Yep. Nice squad. I get it.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
I get it.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Mostert was supposed to be a little more involved.
True. Yep.
Yeah,
Ridley's been
Yeah. I kind of forgot about Chris Olave.
I
Gosh,
like
he's been
Ridley,
gone for a
man.
while.
Ridley was a guy I almost traded for at the deadline.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like him.
good playoff schedule.
Yeah.
He's been. Yeah, I mean, he's only got a Will Levis problem, right? He's a good player. He's just got like a Levis problem. But yeah, I like him. Yeah, good squad. Cool. Christian, you got a betting lock of the week to wrap us
I
up
do.
here. I don't even remember how we've been doing here. It's been a while since we've done this for sure, right?
Yeah, we've definitely been kind of like fading off and on, but
Yep.
I think I have a winner for the boys this week.
Heck yeah.
Anyone who's interested in tailing along, um, I feel pretty confident about it. And I'm actually glad we did the show Wednesday because I'm going to
Mhm.
Thursday night game this week.
Hey,
So that's
I
what I
think
thought.
I really think that the Lions cover the 3 points with ease. I kind of think the Packers are a little bit of pretender fraud. Like, I'm not saying that because like
Attaboy.
I honestly just don't really like they have great players. Like I like when Love is on, Love is on.
Yeah.
Jacobs is still a top 5 to 10 running back in football,
Yep.
easily. Reed's a stud. They have receivers. Kraft's good.
Mhm.
Defense is solid. But when the Lions are at home, they're a different fucking animal.
Yeah.
So like, and they know that if they win this game, they pretty much knocked Green Bay out of the picture completely.
Yeah.
And then because they'd have the tiebreaker on them, and then really all they have to worry about is Minnesota, who they still have the tiebreaker on. But
Mhm.
like at home on a short week, or not really a short week, but like on a primetime matchup, like that Detroit stadium, I've been very impressed with like how fucking much home field advantage Detroit really has
Yeah.
because of that crowd.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They're just so much fun.
They're
It's a
just
fun
they're
team.
they're so like when the offense is clicking, it's like surgical.
Oh,
But
pick your
it's
poison, right?
yeah, it's like they're gonna bust off a 20-yard run here. Honestly, like if Gibbs didn't fumble on the 1 yard line last week, that was probably a double-digit win for Detroit. Like that changed the whole game for the most part.
Yeah.
You know,
No doghouse for him this week.
he might be in the doghouse a little bit,
I
but
can't
I
believe
think
that shit's so stupid.
Unreal.
You idiot.
Unreal. Yeah, just
Oh,
a bonehead move there.
yeah. But at the end of the day, I just think like I just don't think there's any way Green Bay is going to stop Detroit. And I think that like Love is more likely to make a mistake just due to his like
Mhm.
gunslinger
Nature.
mentality
Yep.
mhm.
than Goff.
Yeah. I think I heard they average 35 points at home.
It's so stupid.
That's unreal, right?
That is fucked up.
Like
Like
I thought about it. I'm like, there's no way in hell. And then I'm like, well, they've had like a
Yeah.
couple like 45-point games, like that actually could be right. And I was like, I haven't actually done the math myself, but I think I heard 35 points at home.
Dude, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
if you look at the touchdowns on that team, so they have what are they? 10-1?
Yep.
They're 11-1. So they have 5 games left. Not out of the question that they have 4 double-digit skill player like touchdown scorers. Like
No.
Gibbs, Montgomery are already in double digits.
Mhm.
Amon-Ra's going to get at least 1 touchdown over the next 5 weeks.
Mhm.
And Laporta or Jameson needs 6, Laporta needs 5. It'd be a stretch to assume 1 per game, but like it's
Sure.
not completely out of the question.
No.
Like
No.
those fuckers they're
They're good.
insane. Yeah.
They're good, man. Yeah, they're gonna be a tough out. Yeah, probably on their way to the Super Bowl. They're a good team.
Philly looks good. What do you
Philly's
guys think?
nice too. Philly's nice.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
I just hate Sirianni, man. Like I just
I get it. I like the pick, man. I'm cheering on it. It's gonna be a fun freaking game tomorrow. That's for sure.
yeah.
It's a
A lot of
fantastic game.
fantasy, a lot of just good football, a lot of little bets, right? I would also be Lions in the points there, so I dig it. Christian, extra good luck to you this week, sir. Debbie, good luck, buddy. And yeah, we'll see each other here next week. All right.
All righty.
Later, boys.